Hey, welcome everybody to another Thursday night. A hot, I can't emphasize on the word hot Thursday night here in Erie, Pennsylvania, but we have our two Southerners who are probably hotter than what I'm going through or going through extreme, insane weather. First of all, I am your host. Is that him back?
Can you guys hear me at all?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yep.
I cannot hear you at all.
Well, we are live, and that's Rick. That is our HWR boss, Rick Head. He's having issues connecting. I guess he's trying to get in. I guess he's using a tablet or something, and he's having a little bit of issues.
I can't hear shit.
Well, you can't hear shit. You're not supposed to hear shit.
He can't hear a damn thing.
Hold on, guys. I'm mute my mic.
Yeah. Is he muting his mic or unmuting it?
Yeah, that's technical issues, folks. Aren't they wonderful?
Yeah, right? Well, you know what? I'd rather have a mute mic than listen to Enzo's rap.
Are you sure? I'm back.
Understand that.
You hear us? You hear us, right?
Yeah, loud and clear. Fuck, I had to reinstall Skype, and of course Skype.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Thursday night. Welcome to HWR's Four Corner Rants, both on the HWR chat room on Facebook and the YouTube page, which HWR show. We are live and crystal clear on both. So, first of all, let me introduce the panel here. Obviously, you folks know me. I am Joseph Skoldrin Knight, and I run Skoldrin's Realm, which you can find that on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube and Twitch. Let me introduce, he is the Cajun cooking, guitar building, probably guitar swinging, the incomparable one, Lance Moss. Lance, how you doing, buddy? And welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, and as I always say, it's always hotter down south. And damn it if that ain't the truth tonight.
Absolutely. And she is our Southern Belle. She is the skull cracking, boot kicking, ass kicking. I pretty much the.
You don't want to say anything else that goes ickin', okay? Because a few of the inappropriate words that end with that, okay? So,
She is Zoe Nightshade, but we know as Kayla Hobbs. Kayla, how you doing?
I'm very good. Love you guys.
All right. And he is finally here. We can stop talking bad about him because he can now hear us. He is.
Well, that stopped us.
Yeah, right. He is the CEO of HWR. He is Rick Head. Rick, welcome to Thursday night, and I'm glad you got that taken care of.
Oh, what a fucking month it's been, guys. But I thank God I got through a lot of shit, and I'm back in business.
All right. Well, we have a lot to talk about. First of all, let's just get this out of the way. Let's go with Enzo Amore's video.
Hang on.
We're gonna get that out of the way because, oh my God, I'm gonna say this, Rick. At least the guy is trying to keep himself in the news. He's trying to keep his, trying to keep himself there and keep his name out there. But that video, I think it hurt him more than anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think in the end of the day, when you get to it, there's really just, he's too full of himself. And I think that was his problem in WWE. The guy, okay, he's a good talker. And, if anything, I think what he should be doing is some kind of a podcast. Because he does kind of have that charisma that will grab your attention. But for him to want to go do scripting movies and write and producing music and this and that, I'm like, I don't know what's gonna be worse, him doing music or the Macho Man's DVD, CD play.
I'd rather listen to the Macho Man, in all honesty, than Enzo. So, but you know what, guys? You got to give him credit. He is trying to keep his name out there with the stuff that happened to him. I don't blame him, but that music video was just plain torture for us. It wasn't great, but you know, he's trying to keep himself out there. That's all I gotta say. He's hoping that somebody will pick him up. Speaking about picking him up, there is rumor going around that Impact Wrestling might be interested in taking Enzo Amore, and there was some joke going around, Kayla, around possibly Chris Jericho going to Impact. Now I know I called bullshit on that because Lord knows Impact can't even pay their current talent. You think they're actually going to pay for someone as big as at least Enzo or Chris Jericho?
Well, I kind of feel like that the only reason that they are going for Enzo mainly right now is because he's still trying to keep his name in the news, and they think, okay, we bring Enzo in here for a couple shows, we're going to sell a few more tickets this way. Whereas with Chris Jericho, I mean, I don't see him actually going down there. I could see Chris Jericho being like, you know what, you guys just made the list, fuck off.
Yeah, it's, you know, again, it's not a good thing for him. It would be a good thing for Enzo if he gets into Impact Wrestling. I'm going to do a quick shout out because right now we already have people popping in to the chat rooms over on the HWR YouTube page through the hashtag HWR show. It is George. He says, evening all. How you doing, George? Welcome to it. We have BC and his wife, the vivacious Mrs. A from BC Games and More here in Erie, Pennsylvania. Hello to both of you. And we're probably going to start getting a lot of other people start popping in here, so it's going to be pretty active. You know what, Lance? We've seen already. Let's jump on. Let's stay on Enzo for a moment. You know, I think his little, again, going out there, doing this video, getting everybody, you know, to watch it. I gotta say, in all honesty, it is a smart move to keep himself up there.
Oh, I mean, let's face it. He is the shit talker Skywalker. He's good on the mic. Rap career, I won't quit your day job. And we also learned something else about Enzo. Apparently, he has a consensual penis.
Yeah, definitely. Rick,
okay.
What do you think about all this?
Well, you know, as far as Enzo possibly going to Impact, I can honestly see that. Now, I know you like to make the joke about how Impact has problems paying their checks and this and that. I think that was more of a Dixie Carter anthem. I think they're starting to get this shit together. For those of you who haven't been watching Impact recently, I'm going to say that even though they're starting to get all the newer talent, again, because they have to refresh, because WWE poached all their decent talent, there are some actually, really promising guys up there. Some great matches. But Chris Jericho, not likely. I mean, Chris Jericho is truly a wrestling fan. He loves wrestling. He said not WWE, wrestling. So, could he maybe show up for one or two shows? Possibly, but I think he would go to into the All In event before he goes to Impact.
Absolutely. You know, Impact's checks are made of rubber, so you kind of know how it bounces. And again, you never know where this is going to lead to. So, good luck to Enzo. Maybe he could turn himself around and look at him dancing on the screen. Yay! He's leaving the building.
How you doing?
Yeah, right?
Oh,
Big Cass should be joining him.
Yeah, but then he tears his knee up again.
If he hasn't done that already. All right, fans, we're going to go on to the rumor part of our show. Normally, this is what we do. We open up with the rumors, and then we go into several topics. Pretty much, let's start it off. Current plans call for a SmackDown star to win the men's Money in the Bank contract, and a Raw star to win the women's briefcase. So,
sorry, guys. Mr. IPTV guy is ready with us, so you gotta bring him in.
Oh, okay. And let's bring him in. Let's see here. There we go. This is our Johnny Perez. Wait till he gets on here.
Well, real quick, while we're just going to talk about that, we saw I don't know if you guys have covered this, but Damien Sandow teases a special announcement. And Mr. IPTV guy, Johnny Perez. Johnny, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are we all feeling today? Good?
We're doing great so far on my end. All right.
Yeah.
So Damian Sandow apparently did a little bit of a teaser. He says he has a special announcement on Friday, and I'm going to quote him. I have a very special announcement that I will share with you all this on Friday. I can't thank enough of you for the support. Have a safe, memorable day. And that's pretty much it.
That's Damian Sandow calling.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, what if he's coming out with his own music video?
Couldn't be any worse than Enzo.
Yeah.
Well, he's done a lot of voiceovers. He does a lot of other things. So,
Who knows?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the guy, let me just say this: that guy is multi-talented. I mean,
Yes.
from the time that he was pretty much the Miz's stunt double or whatever it was, I can't remember offhand, but
Mizdow.
yeah, the Mizdow. It was pretty entertaining, and the guy has a lot of talent. It's too bad WWE and other people did not push him to get more of a shot and more of a chance. But let's go to the other thing. Kayla, what do you think? Which SmackDown star do you think is going to win the men's Money in the Bank briefcase?
Okay, so on SmackDown, who's the winner in it right?
Let me see. We're gonna have the 8-man tag. Actually, there's like more than that. It's Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, Bobby Roode. We also have Miz, Strowman, Rusev. Yep, Finn Balor. And all three of the New Day. I thought it was just one.
Well, no, it's supposed to be one that's going to be picked out of the three. And really, a lot of people are really pointing to Big E, because let's face it, a lot of these matches, and mostly the Money in the Bank matches, always gets a nod to Kofi Kingston because of his ability. Very rarely Big E gets thrown into singles matches, so maybe this is an opportunity for him, considering you do have big men like Rusev, and you have Braun Strowman, and Samoa Joe. So let's say if you got to pick out, you have Samoa Joe, The Miz, Rusev, and Big E, because he's on SmackDown too with New Day, correct?
Right.
Yes.
So
let's see.
yeah, so,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Miz.
yeah, I'm gonna go that route too. Let's go to you, Rick. Who do you think?
That's one thing I like about Money in the Bank, especially when there's huge, a huge list the way they have it, because it really is truly the unknown. But if let me talk first and foremost, I think Big E could possibly be that the last guy. Rumor mill was saying is that they were trying to use Big E as a push, as a singles competitor, as a singles wrestler, but I think that's a bad idea because I still think New Day has a lot to offer. So if I had to pick, I'm going to go with Xavier Woods.
Wow. Let's go to you. Let's go to you, Johnny. What do you think?
I always like The Miz, so I'm always going to go with The Miz. I think he's one of the best they got, so my pick is The Miz.
Absolutely. Let's go to you, Lance, real quick.
Well, out of that, I'm going to say the Samoan Submission Machine, because he likes killing people.
Joe is going to kill you.
Yeah, actually, is it who's going to win?
Well, they said it's right now. The rumor is that a SmackDown star that's participating. Let me clear that for the fans listening in. A SmackDown star. The rumor is, and you know how rumors are. You can't really take it serious, but rumors say that a SmackDown star will be winning the men's Money in the Bank. So again, we're limited to Samoa Joe, The Miz, and possibly a member of the New Day and Rusev.
And I want to give a shout out to Joseph. If you forgive me, Alablancher. Forgive me if I mispronounce. And he wanted to He said, "Laugh out loud, dancing Enzo enjoyed that more than I just should have."
Yeah, that's Mr. He is known as Mr. BC. He is part of BC Games and More. So, yeah, I don't. You know what? Again, we go back to Enzo real quick. At least he's. I'm you know, I've had to listen to the Wrestle Rock Rumble that was done by the AWA Stars back in the 80s. Then listen to that. Johnny, you know about that.
Oh, you all know about the Wrestle Rock Rumble.
There you go.
I mean, we should all remember that one, but I still say Andrew should have done porn instead of a video. I think.
His catchphrase would have been "Bada boom."
Oh my god. That's awesome.
Bada boom! Fuck anybody in the room.
There you go. He's coming in the room. Let's go. What was your pick, Lance?
That would be the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
All right. Well, and then we have to look at the ladies' Money in the Bank, and again, they really stated that it was a Raw women. That, oh, boy, my tongue is tied when I say blah blah blah. When it's a representative of the Raw roster, that sounds better. It's supposed to win this. Now, again, it's just very limited here because you do have Natalya, Alexa Bliss, Amber Moon, and Sasha Banks. So, I'm gonna throw the wild card. As much as I love Alexa Bliss, I'm gonna have to say, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss. Let's go to you, Kayla. This is your specialty.
Ember Moon.
You know, and that was gonna be my second pick, but I think it's too soon. What do you think, Rick?
Honestly, to be, I think definitely Ember Moon is because right now she's smoking hot in more ways than one, and to not give her that kind of a push would be a mistake. And for the record, guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but Money in the Bank is literally a month away.
Absolutely.
I know.
Yeah, it's on the okay. Wasn't sure if you knew that or not. It was going to be June 17th.
Yep,
but anyways,
we're just addressing the rumors that are out there. That this is what the current plans are, so we're just picking out whom they say. So it's like, again, a SmackDown person to win the men's, a Raw person to win the women. So, you know, we can go later on when we do our pick show and discuss who we should win. But you know what? So far, we'll see how it goes. Let's go to you, Lance. Who do you think from out of the Raw women?
Well, I hope it ain't. I hope it ain't Sasha because people get hurt. So I'm gonna go Ember.
Who are you gonna go to?
Ember Moon.
All right. So far Amber is leading here. Let's go to you, Johnny. Final word on the women's. Which one?
So who are the participants again? Because I saw Raw the other night.
It is
I forgot.
Natalya, Little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss, Amber Moon, and Sasha Banks.
You know, I'm gonna have to go with Little Miss Bliss herself. Absolutely, hands down.
All right,
Alexa Bliss.
Well, and again, when we do our pick show, we will be discussing the entire show, which seems to be already set for the Money in the Bank. They already have their full show set up, so we'll see how that goes. Let's go into the other rumors. Whether or not he's the winner, PWI Insider said on a recent Elite Audio show that they've heard Big E will be the New Day member entered to the match. So again, we just discussed that, and they are looking to push him they're looking to give him a big singles push. So again, you know, I think Big E, he's done a lot of the tag teaming. I think it's now time to have Xavier and Coffee get in there more and give Big E that singles little push. You know what? Let's go around the opposite table. Let's go, Johnny. You know, Big E, we haven't seen Big E really have a singles push since before he joined New Day. Is this a good
Correct.
idea or a bad thing for him?
You know, I still say it's just like Rick over there says. You know, they still have a lot to do in New Day. I don't think they should give him that singles push yet. Let him stay with the team. But if they are going to give him the singles push, I mean, it's good for him. He's always been a good singles competitor, tag team competitor, doesn't matter. But I still see him much better off with the New Day than by himself.
All right. You know, we're going to go to you, Lance. You know, they did not say he's leaving the New Day. They just saying that he might get the singles push, which really locks Coffee and Xavier as the tag team for the New Day.
Absolutely, because what else are they going to do with Big E? But if they take him away from the New Day, they're liable to have him come out with like cocaine on his hands again, like they did back in the day, where it was like, he would come out and just splash his hand, and then up would go Enzo's cocaine.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think have Kofi and Xavier as a tag team, and definitely push Big E. Why not?
All right, let's go to you, Kayla. What do you think? You think there's a possibility that Big E might get a push for possibly even a United States Championship?
I mean, I could see them pushing him more towards Intercontinental Championship. But I mean, they're probably not going to break him up right away because, you know, New Day is just so over right now. Everybody loves them. I think it might be a tease, though, that's getting ready to happen soon.
I got to say something over in the HWR chat room. Miss BC says, I'm going with The Miz and Moon because I really wish they had some M&Ms right now. He wished he had some M&Ms right now. So,
Hell yeah.
That sounds nice, though.
Actually, you know what? I have some breaking news here. As Joe, you know Deanna Purrazzo.
Yes, yes.
And she has reportedly signed a locked deal with, and that's according to PWI. Deanna Purrazzo. We tried to get her on the show a couple of years ago, but for one reason or another, she was unable to join us. And again, so she's signed with the WWE. She was in NXT during the Mae Young Classic, but unfortunately decided not to keep her. She's worked in the ring. She's worked with Shimmer, Ring of Honor, Stardom, and several other promotions. But
and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, she was in TNA as well for not as a full roster star, but as someone that comes in every now and then.
Yeah, she did play local, and she's I guess she's also going to be in the All In, which comes on September 1st, and that's their promotion, All In.
Absolutely, and again, congratulations to Deanna. She is a very good worker, solid worker, so good luck with her. Again, over in the HWR chat room, Mrs. A says she's with Kayla, and she votes for Amber Moon for that women's Money in the Bank winner. So, we're going to continue down. Rick, not surprisingly enough, considering how much Fox is paying for SmackDown, they confirmed that they will now start going live when it moves to Fridays again next year. So it'll be Friday Night SmackDown live on Fox.
You know, we always used to give, Impact a hard time because they would change days, they would change networks. Well, SmackDown seems to be, following the same pattern. Obviously, they're making far more money. They're with a bigger network, Fox, and of course, needless to say, I mean, they're making shitloads of money off of this. So, the Friday nights is going to be a good thing, but, considering they're doing it during the summer, might not be the best idea in the world because Friday nights in the summer, you don't want to sit down and watch TV. You want to get the fuck out of the house, or at least I do.
I concur.
Yeah, I think that's
Although I thought it started in October.
Well, the way they're saying it now, it looks like he is, they're moving it there to Friday night, which originally that's where it was, but it always had issues. So, I don't know, it's something that, we will have to keep an eye on. Now, fans, this is not going to happen until next year. So for now, we'll still be seeing it on Tuesday nights on USA. Another thing, Roman Reigns' absence from Raw. For everybody that was wondering what happened to him during at least this Monday night that he passed, he requested some time to spend with his family. I think, Rick, more workers should be taken off the main roster or the main shows once in a while or more often, so they are actually missed by the fans.
I agree. Not to mention, when I can't say this personally, but I'm guessing when you work over 300 plus days a year, especially when you're jumping around, you're taking bumps and doing this, that's just, time, it wears down your body over time, so I think absolutely, I think they should try to, space those days out a little bit more, like you said, make them wait a little bit more so they're missed when they come back to get that little bit more of a pop. Also, speaking of Roman Reigns, I don't know if you guys heard or not, the original rumor was that a little girl apparently walked up and asked Roman Reigns for an autograph, and he said, "Sorry, I can't do that." Well, Roman Reigns said, he goes, "It wasn't a little girl. He goes, it was a grown man who came up and tried to ask me for my, for an autograph, but I was spending time." I said very nicely, "I'm spending time with my kids, and I'm feeding my youngest daughter breakfast. So I'm sorry, I can't do it right now." And apparently the fan just got all pissed off and, pretty much just slammed him on Twitter.
Yeah, you know what? And let's go around the table real quick with this. Let's go for first the actual people who've been in the ring. Like Johnny, we've been in that situations many times where we're sitting down having lunch real quick, maybe just doing a quick powwow meeting somewhere, and we have actually had fans run up to us, or the famous McDonald's incident where we just did a big show and all of us guys went over to McDonald's to eat, and the fans started running in because they saw all the wrestlers there. And sometimes you just don't want to be bothered, even though you want to keep them happy and all that. But sometimes you got to kind of, disappoint them.
You take the good with the bad, is how I see it. If I'm in the mood, I'll give it to you. If I'm not in the mood, I'm not going to. Plus, we all have to remember, we got to where we're at because of the people. I mean, some people are third, fourth generation wrestlers that were going to get there anyway. So it really didn't matter. But to someone who's up and coming, I feel that if someone asks you for the autograph that got you to where you're at, maybe take the time and just scribble something on a piece of paper. There you go. Get away from me. Goodbye.
Get away, kid. You bother me.
Exactly.
W.C. Fields there for everybody who doesn't know. Kayla, let's go to you. What do you think on that subject?
I mean, to a certain extent, I understand where he's coming from completely. I mean, like you said, he was trying to feed his child, and he was trying to spend time with his family. That's something rare that he doesn't get to do. A lot of those wrestlers do not get to have that. You know what I mean? Like, with me personally, there's been many times that I've been on the phone, talking to my mother and talking to my child at the same exact time. Somebody comes up to me, "Can I have your autograph?" And I'm just like, yeah, like you guys just said, usually I scribble something real fast on the paper and there you go. Just so I can finish my conversation, not have anybody like, "Oh my, he's a bitch to her fans, blah, blah, blah."
Yeah, and sometimes that really is a pain. For us that's been in the business, yes, we have experienced that from time to time. Let's go to you, Rick. What do you think about that situation?
Well, I think Johnny said it the best. When you're a celebrity, unfortunately, you do get chased down. The fans, and when again, no disrespect to the indie guys, but when you look at the bigger name guys, the celebrities, they're getting paid for that, and unfortunately, your privacy is a bit of a sacrifice. When you first come out, wrestlers are on the way up. They'll take anybody's autographs because, hey, great, we got fans. But by the time you get to that status where, people are paying you for those autographs, you just it's like, leave me alone. And unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way.
Yeah, and with today's society is mostly when you look at it, everybody gets really stupefied. Let's put it that way, and they pretty much, want to take something that's tiny and make it into a big issue. So, personally, it's happened many times. Sometimes, you gotta let it. You gotta sometimes make that decision, and fans gonna have to accept it. It's not something that I understand you want that superstar's autograph, but sometimes if they're busy or they're feeding their kid or they're having lunch, sometimes I would wait until they're done and say, hey, can I have your autograph then? Let's go to you, Lance. Final note on that.
Well, for somebody in the position that Roman's in, they're trying to make him the next face of the company. It's kind of a double-edged sword because, well, you want to spend time with your family. You're, quote, supposed to be a, quote, good guy, or at least in between. Now, if he was a heel, I say, hell, be a prick all you want because, hey, that's your job to piss people off. But with that, it's almost like a double-edged sword because you're spending time with your family. But the loss of privacy comes with that big-ass contract he's under. So, like I said, it's kind of a double-edged sword, if you will.
Yeah, and again, we will see something. It's all on the wrestlers to make that decision. Again,
Absolutely.
The fans can easily turn on you, and
wait a
situations
second,
can go bad.
Joe, at least in our days, we didn't have the enemy working against us, which is today's social media. So if you were a prick to someone, you know how long it would take for it to get back?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
5 seconds.
So exactly. You know what I'm saying? So with social media today, if you're a prick to someone, bam, it's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Back in our days, if you was a prick, you have to wait till you came back to that town, village, city, or state, whatever, for that's that guy, and that could have been like a year later.
Yeah, and by that time, fans already forgotten about the incident.
Correct.
Yeah, and again, there's sometimes, social media is a great thing, because you can communicate with fans, you can talk to people. Sometimes, it's just an enemy. And I was talking to a buddy of mine regarding how great wrestling was back in the 80s and then in the 90s during our day, because everything was still a surprise. There was no cheat sheets. We had the little newsletters and all that. It was kind of cool.
Monthly newsletters.
Yeah, hey,
I'd like to tell you guys because
cool.
we have. I was actually gonna bring on a new news post, but and this was about John Cena actually putting Velveteen Dream over. And he said, "quote unquote," he could be the one.
Yeah, he could be the one that teams up with Goldust and be known as the queer team.
The one that takes his what innocence? What?
Velveteen what?
Dream.
Who is this again?
Velveteen Dream. He's down in NXT.
Great
he's
worker.
A lot like
Yeah.
He's like a little Orlando Jordan. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember Orlando Jordan. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and he really is. He's a talented young guy. He's got that kind of like suave. You know what? You don't like my you don't like who I am or how I do it. Get that? Too bad. That's your problem, not mine. And he has charisma. Great ring worker. I have nothing but respect for this guy.
Yeah, I gotta say one thing. I seen him work in NXT. A very good worker. I mean, he has that feministic character, which was very reminiscent of Orlando Jordan back in his TNA days. And honestly, if he came to the main roster, I can't see him as a singles competitor. I see him as a tag team competitor because right now we are suffering in the tag team division. So either they team him up with Goldust or they team up with somebody like an Orlando Jordan that can complement him, and they make some sort of queer team. I hate to say it that way, but You know, because
The
it
first-
fits the character, like the Gorgeous Georges of the time.
Yes, correct. Gorgeous George, Adrian Street, all these guys, Adrian Adonis, you name it, they were there. I mean, I could see that happening and them winning the tag team titles and have the gay community go in an uproar. Oh my God, we won tag team titles. We've come this far. Yes, and not knowing that the two guys are actually not gay people.
If I can come in over in the HWR chat room, we have Carrie Ellen Blanchard. Again, forgive me if I mispronounce the name. And she said she agrees with Kayla about Ember Moon being the winner of the Women's Money in the Bank. And she also said, I saw Cena saying that, and I totally don't get that. Maybe I'm just being dense, but I don't know. And I can understand that, Carrie, because Velveteen Dream is very, very eccentric. He's definitely a lot different, but sometimes that individuality can get you can take you a long way.
You know what? And the thing is, sometimes gimmicks are made, and Johnny, you can back me up on this. Gimmicks are made for certain brands. They fit just certain brands. And while he is like Orlando is really good. Excuse me, Orlando. Velveteen Dream is a really good worker. I hope he doesn't get misused when he comes to the main roster, because that's what we've seen that many times. You know, where
absolutely,
yeah, where things go wrong.
You know, I mean, I haven't seen who this person is. Excuse me, I'm still coming over a cold. I haven't seen who this person is. I haven't seen him wrestle. I'm probably gonna check it out once we're done with this podcast. Find out who this Velveteen Dream is. I mean, could it be another charismatic Dusty Rhodes? I don't know.
I wouldn't put him in that category. I would put him in the Goldust / Orlando Jordan category, except that he can really work great. I mean, the guy has the timing right. He has everything pretty much well set. So, I don't see him really... He should get that shot, but time will tell. You know, let's talk about shots right now. We had a hell of a shot that really rang out on Monday night. First of all, several matches, Rick, on Monday Night Raw were pretty damn good. You know, the one that came to mind.
Which show were you? Which one were you watching? I'm sorry, that blew fucking chunks.
No,
I've seen Impact shows who do better than that.
No, the Seth Rollins Jinder Mahal match was pretty good, and what transpired after that was even much better. When we saw that Seth Rollins could take a guitar shot.
You can't. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, yes, there was one or two good matches, but that doesn't make a good show. The show overall sucked. You know, you had fucking the power of frown, fucking Ronda Rousey coming down. All she did is just sit there. She does nothing. And then you had that fucking food fight shit, whatever the hell that was going on.
That was a waste of good food.
That was a waste of good food.
That was a waste of very good food. And I mean, Rhino was enjoying it as much as he could.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Rhino made it funny though, just the way he would sit there like pig out, like y'all fight. I'm gonna eat this food.
Exactly. He wasn't giving up the food.
Do whatever y'all want to do. I'm gonna be the old guy over here eating.
Wait, how funny was it? How funny was it? Fandango was holding the hot dog. Come on.
Oh, I know.
Come on.
I was dying.
He was holding somebody's wiener.
He was even like waving the wiener too at one point. I'm like, oh my God, God, stop!
Well, you know what? We gotta admit one thing. He must have had a lot of practice.
Yeah, usually with his tag partner, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Over in the HWR chat room, BC, he's known as Joseph there. He says, yes, WWE needs some tag teams. So we will talk about that in a few minutes. But first, let's go back to Elias pulling a page out of the Honky Tonk Man and smashing the guitar right behind Seth Rollins, and I think that was a great segment right there. First of all, here comes Seth Rollins, comes out. Poor Elias is trying to get his music going. He just tells him get out. Doesn't even tell him get out. Just kind of motions him to get out. And Elias heads out. And I knew as soon as he did that, we're going to see him somehow, somewhere in this match. If not in this match, later on. And he did prove that, Lance. He came out and gave one of the greatest guitar shots I've ever seen.
Definitely most improved guitar shot. Because, I mean, remember when he split Finn Balor wide the hell open?
Oh, yeah. That was a pretty
so, like I
spot.
said, but definitely most improved. I'll give him that.
Well, I'd like to chime in about Raw. Now, Joe, you thought that last night Raw was great. And
it wasn't great. I gotta say, some of the matches were great. Were good. The Jinder Mahal Seth Rollins match was really impressive.
Yeah, but other than that, I'm gonna tell you, the show wasn't even really memorable. The matches were kind of bland. So, but anyways, Raw only drew just under 2.5 million viewers. Now, and then they even said that it was the second lowest viewerships in WWE history. The lowest WWE viewership to this date was 2.47 million viewers, and that was back in 2016.
But you know what's funny about that? They still drew more than Impact.
I knew that was coming.
There we go.
It's just...
Now, did they draw more than Roseanne? Oh, she's not on the show anymore. Never mind.
Oh! Well, they just had their finale permanently.
Yeah, that was her show is complete. I know we're gonna strain off topic real quick, and Rick, then we'll go back to you on this. How bad is it when our society really is so down split? When you have Roseanne Barr, who expect that stuff. This is a woman that butchered the national anthem. Mm-hmm. She makes a comment and everybody jumps on her. Yet you have these comedians like Michelle Wolf and so forth. When they make fun of other people, apparently that's okay.
It's comedy.
That's
exactly.
They have to draw the line.
When people go to see a comic show, they are under the understanding that okay, fine, they're gonna throw some like some maybe inappropriate comments and inappropriate jokes, but again, most of those people who go have that understanding. Then you're gonna have like the 4 or 5 people who go just to hear it, just to get all upset and get pissed off because they have nothing better to do. I don't know if you want to go around the circle and finish this off, or we can go on to the next topic.
Well, let's we could finish off on the Raw. That's where technically, I just got to say, wrestling aside, I got to say it's so bad that our society is so badly split, and how the hate is out there. And I think, we see so much out there, and this is coming from the heart. I got to say, the only race I belong to is the human race, and sometimes I even wonder about that. So, but, listening in, we all need to get together, and hopefully this nonsense, settles down, because for the leftists to be making fun of the people on the right, and for the right to do it to them, I understand the leftist has more power because they control more of the media, but you know what, fans? It's not
Joe,
about
you sound like
that.
a Twix commercial.
Yeah, right? Give me that Twix. I'm hungry. I want Snickers. I'm running for president.
Well, according to PWI Insider, there was reported that Jason Jordan was backstage this past week on Raw. As we all know, Jordan underwent surgery, and that was back in February. As of this post, there is no set time for his return. There's again, this is another rumor, is that he could possibly be rejoining his old tag team partner, Chad Gable, and I think that would be the right thing, because so far, since the two are split up, both Gable and Jordan has kind of really fallen down like several levels when it comes to their wrestling talent. They're great as a tag team, and they were, in my personal view, one of the top tag teams.
fallen. Freaking Chad Gabriel was freaking was jobbed the Monday night. Yeah, you know what? They need to do something about that. Put their thing aside because Chad Gabriel alone, he's horrible. The kid, he still looks like an 18-year-old with a good body, but he can't compete in a man's world unless it's a tag team. You know,
Yeah.
so that's my opinion. That they really need to get these guys together.
Are they gonna knock down that whole Kurt Angle father bullshit?
I think it's already
God, I
done
hope not.
and it's over.
Oh my God, please.
They'll come out and say Paige is somebody's mother or Paige is expecting somebody's kid, and we all turn and look at Xavier Woods.
Oh my God.
And he go, hoo, 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 hoo.
Oh.
Oh shit.
You know,
It's horrible.
but and again we're talking about tag teams now. Let's go to that topic real quick. Tag teams. What happened to the tag teams? Over in SmackDown, we got
Tag teams.
Yeah, you should know. You were part of a tag team.
Exactly. Whatever happened to the tag teams in the WWE? There's
I-
no more tag teams.
Go ahead, Rick.
I honestly think the big problem is since they did the split, because you're only seeing, there's like 5 or 6 tag teams, on either side. And they're also being rumored to be bringing up a couple more tag teams. And that is really the issue. When you split a WWE, the roster, the way the WWE does, it's not the right way to do it. You need to keep the women on one side, tag teams on the other. That way you want to watching both SmackDown as well as Raw. And then the singles you can split up. The male roster you can split up because it's just, I think it's just the easier way of doing it. Right now, unfortunately, they just spread it way too thin.
Yeah, and it's, the teams you look at, while they have some good teams, the rest of the teams are crap. It's maybe 2 good teams compared to the rest of the teams. You look over at the SmackDown brand, they got MS-13, which is the Usos. They have the New Day,
The Bludgeon Brothers.
the Bludgeon Brothers. Thank you. See how bad it is? Over in Raw,
Anderson and Gallows.
yeah, and the Good Brothers, which is stupid. I think they should go back to being the club.
Don't they also have a revival?
Well, no, the
Aren't they
revival went back to NXT,
Oh,
and we saw Monday night.
They need to be revived.
Yeah, we saw Monday night how the Ascension is still there, but being again destroyed. We saw. Let me see here. I
The
can't.
Fashion Police.
Well, yeah.
And then, of course, you have...
Tag teams.
Yeah, again, you have another fucking tag team. You get that fucking broken Matt Hardy fucking and Bray Wyatt, which is, like, ridiculous.
and then the B team.
The B teams are awesome. I
the B team, they're like the comical, just like Fashion Police. Is Fashion Police on SmackDown or are they on Raw? I thought
no,
they were
they're
on-
Raw now.
They're raw.
So again, like I said, there's just a lot of tag teams. Unfortunately, the problem is that some of them, there's too many comical ones,
Yeah.
not enough ones that we can take seriously. And
Exactly. Yeah.
so
Well, Rick,
Over to
let's
you.
see. Who we got on the comical side? We have the B team, Breezango, Rhino, and Heath Slater. You have also the Ascension because they're not doing well. And then what you're left with is, well, you got the broken Wyatts. So, you got 5 comical tag teams, and there's really no strong tag team out of all that. And over in SmackDown, you do have the New Day, the Usos, the Bludgeon Brothers. I can't even remember any other tag teams offhand.
there was a female tag team. Oh my god, the Iconics. They are the most like obnoxious fucking chicks.
You mean-
I mean, like you said,
You mean Bella version number 2?
you know what? That's insulting the Bellas. Even the Bellas, that's insulting because the Bellas were at least okay, fine. You can tell that they might have not been that great in the ring, but you see these Iconics. Yeah, they're hot brunettes, but they are when they start talking, my fucking ears start bleeding.
Oh God! Every time I see them, it's like it's time to either go get something to eat, use the bathroom, or just change the channel. You know, here's the top. I'm gonna toss this topic to you guys. You know, we're still talking about tag teams, and we're short on time, but let's talk about tag teams. You know, Johnny, I was a stickler back because when you worked with me, even when I managed tag teams, the tag teams had to look alike. You know,
absolutely.
Teams like the British Bulldogs, the Hart Foundation, the Killer Bees, the Rock and Rolls, you know, even the Four Horsemen at times they matched. Really, you look at these makeshift tag teams and at least go out there and look the part of a tag team. You know, if you're going to team up, okay, well, we got to look this part. Besides the Usos, the New Day, the Bludgeons, who else?
Bar.
The who?
The Bar.
The Bar.
The Bar.
The Good Boys, yeah.
Yeah, that's another team. The Bar is a very good team, but none of these other people match. So it's hard. They all look like makeshift tag teams. So,
and those are the ones running the belts.
Exactly. Yeah. Look like Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. Yeah. Oh God, is that a shot to the?
Well, at least Bray and Matt kind of look like these two kind of guys look like they hang out with each other.
For
psychotic and a psycho and a cult leader.
Let's go over. We got now
like Bray. Matt Hardy, Rick. A psycho and a cult leader.
He's not psycho. He's just outright pathetic.
Yeah, you know, we got responses coming in now over in the HWR show on YouTube. George says exactly. Then those 4 out of 5 people that are butthurt will go to Crybook or Twitter and call for the comedian's head. He was talking about what we were talking about with before about Michelle Wolf and that incident. So, and over in HWR chat room, BC basically says that's what he means. Where are the teams like Demolition, LOD, the Killer Bees, and Money Inc.? They all matched. Lance, I know you're in the southern area and you grew up in the Memphis area. What was the best Memphis team in your opinion?
Well, they didn't quite look like each other, but it's 2 legends. Jerry the King Lawler and Bill Superstar Dundee.
Really? You thought that was great?
Yeah.
I always thought...
The fuck were you smoking?
Yeah, I always thought it was Jerry Lawler and Austin Idol.
Thank you. Come on, Austin Idol was the man, bro, in the southern areas. Between him and Lawler, you couldn't go wrong.
Let's go to you, Kayla. What do you think is the greatest tag team?
Oh, boy. Gosh, why you guys gotta ask me these hard questions? Like, decisions.
Okay, Kayla, here's another question. What's the meaning of life?
The meaning of life, let's see here. I think someone once said it was to get laid and get paid.
Well, there you go.
Hopefully not in that order.
Not necessarily in that order.
Get paid, get laid.
That's it.
Something. But now, as far as like my best tag team of all time, I have to still stay around the Hart Foundation. Anytime they like teamed up, it's badass.
Now, which version? There was the Brett and the Anvil, or you had the actual faction, which was Marilyn Plus, Brian Pillman, and Davey Boy Smith.
Actual faction.
Okay.
In my book.
All right. Let's go to you, Johnny, and no, you cannot name your tag team.
Funny guy.
If I couldn't, you can't.
I'm always gonna say this. I think the Rock and Roll Express, one of the greatest tag teams in the history of professional wrestling, multi-time tag team champions, quick on their feet, even to this day. You put them in the ring, they'll move. They're moving. You can't stop them. Yep. Rock and Roll Express, in my mind, the best tag team.
Well, if you put them in the ring today, they can sure move all right with the walkers.
Well, hey, they're still moving.
Yeah, they're still moving. Rick, let's go to you. What do you think?
I know a lot of people say Legion of Doom, but you know what? There's really one tag team that has almost all the hallmarks, and they have all the titles more than anybody else, and that's the Dudley Boys.
Yeah, there you go. That's another team that's very
that's
much
a good one,
missed
yeah.
today.
Yeah.
They matched. They matched.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? We got to see them. We're going to focus on the Dudleys real quick. We got to see them start over in ECW as this bumbling tag team with the yeah. And then they became the biggest, baddest heels of all time. And when they transferred over to WWE, at the time it was WWF, and they had that tables, ladders, and chairs match with the Hardys and Edge and Christian. Oh God, they took it to the next level, winning titles in Japan, TNA, in WWE. They beat the Road Warriors when it comes to tag team titles. So again, that's where we're gonna move on with that. And fans, I'm gonna give you my version, and it will be the Four Horsemen, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson, because nobody was better when it came to chicanery and stealing the win. It was those two, and they were the brain busters in the WWF. So with that, folks, we're gonna call it a night. We appreciate it for you guys coming in, dealing with us. We've had a really good stream over quickly in the HWR show on YouTube. Wicket just popped on. Hey, how you doing, Wicket? I want to thank BC and his wife, Mrs. A, for tuning in, and everybody else who's paying attention to the show, paying attention, because we know we're not paying attention to it.
But we're doing a show.
Yeah. I think we're all now thinking of the paid and late, thanks to Kayla. And
I'm not paid to get laid. No.
What?
That's not me.
Is that what Paige did? No, she did it.
No, I think she did that for free.
What an idiot.
Because clearly she was on her knees.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was in the pinning combination right there. Do you call that a small package?
I don't know. I really wasn't thinking
that situation.
I really wasn't paying attention to that part of the the video.
You know,
if you want to watch a show and you can tell us whether it is or not, you know.
Well, we know one thing: Xavier and Brad Maddox were using a foreign object because Paige is from a different country, so they Lord knows they used her. Let's end this before it becomes more outrageous. He is not here at this time, but if you're into the paranormal and you like teams from the UK, then check out www.stokedhaunted.com. Our good friend Andy, we've been missing him on the show. So, but if you're into that paranormal, check them out. You can find all their links in their videos on stokedhaunted.com. Let's go to you, Lance, Mr. Buy the Shirt. Let's go.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about it, and no, don't say buy the shirt yet. We're not ready for that part.
I don't want to do the gimmick a little too early, but anyway.
Okay.
You can find me at youtube.com/LanceMossTV. Tomorrow I will be putting up my trip to Sun Studios and did the tour, but also every Wednesday night I go live on Lance Moss TV and friends. I never know who's going to show up. And you can also hit me up on Twitter. It's at Lance Moss TV.
All right. She is our Southern Evil Belle. She is Zoe Nightshade, but we know her as Kayla. Kayla, what's going on? And tell the fans where they can find you.
Okay, well, you guys can always find me on KZW, Kentucky's Own Wrestling. I have my own page on Facebook. It's listed under Unofficial Envy, which is about to be changed to Zoe Nightshade soon. Or you can find me just on my regular page, Kayla Hobbs. You know, if any of the fans just want to sit and BS with me and talk about wrestling, by all means, hit me up. And to all the girls that agreed with me tonight, stick around, ladies. We might teach these boys a little something.
Oh no, the Me Too movement has begun in here.
Oh no!
Yeah.
All right, Johnny, you are the IPTV guy, but we also known you as the Uber of Westchester.
Eating night food.
Go ahead, Kayla. Say it. Say it.
The Uber of Westchester.
Oh, she says it good. I tell you, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
I'll squeeze my nuts and I'll hit that high note too.
There's gonna be a lot of squeezing there, Joe.
Oh shit.
All right, Johnny. Tell everybody what's going on, where they can find you.
Well, as the IPTV guy, I'm here to save you guys money on all your streaming needs, movies, TV shows, pay-per-views, sports, cable channels, you name it. I can help you save it. You can get me at gr8iptv@gmail.com or on my Instagram at iptv_guy. And if anybody's out there looking to make some extra money, you want to drive for Uber, you want to know what it's about, I have a YouTube channel. It's called the Uber of Westchester on YouTube, and I have my code there. You can sign on, use my code to start it up. And the best thing about Uber is taking back your day.
You know, we're gonna have to train you on how to say the proper Uber of Westchester.
I think so. Yeah, I can't say it as good as Kayla. You know, I have to squeeze a little
you
bit
know
there.
that.
There you go. And he is the CEO of HWR, the guy we love very much. He is Rick Head. Rick, what's going on, buddy? Tell everybody where they can see us. And apparently we're picking up now. We're getting moving now on both YouTube and Facebook.
Well, you know, that's always a good thing to hear for those of you who are interested in the latest news. We also do a lot of play-by-plays. You know, not really video streaming, but just more thoughts. Again, keep up to news. I do a lot of creative art. I recently just did one of Rosemary. I did one before that, Ember Moons. And over on the on our YouTube channel, which is HW. God, wow! To me, don't mind me. I have had a really bad day, but HWR Show, and that's on YouTube.com. And I also do a lot of videos. I recently did a spoof of the John Cena, Nikki Bella breakup, which I call bullshit on. But check that out and check us out on Facebook, and that's just hashtag HWR Chatroom.
And if on YouTube, it's HWR Show. So, and for me, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Joseph Scoldren, and you can catch me every Saturday night. Normally, I'm going to be starting a little early. It'll be around 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. I'm going to be doing a lot of gaming streaming. I've been so hooked on Stardew Valley. It's been an addictive little game. You can find it on Steam. It's a lot of fun. You can also see it on my Twitch channel. Just do the hashtag Scoldren's Realm and you'll get my Facebook page, my YouTube page, and Twitch. For you guys that want to follow me on Twitter, just do @Scoldren and you can find us there. I'm going to switch over real quick. I'm going to do real fast, do a couple quick tributes. They've been pretty much in our chat room all the time, very supportive of the product. BC Games and More, that's Mr. BC and Mrs. A, and they have their product. Just check them out every Tuesday night on Facebook. Just do the hashtag BC Games and More and you'll find them, where they talk about retro games and other comics as well, and news as well. And they're one of the biggest HWR supporters. Over in July 13th to the 15th, check me out. I will be live at HazardCon, which is basically a manga, anime, video games convention where people will be dressed up in cosplay. So check us out. Check me out on that. I will be there with BC Games and More. I'll be doing a live podcast. This will be a live gaming podcast. And I will be trying to do, if things work out, a live HWR in the moment, live from HazardCon. So you'll see the colors of HWR and Scoldren's Realms there. And that is, if you're in the Erie, Pennsylvania area, check us out July 13th, 15th. It'll be a great time. Last time I went to a convention, it was Comic Con. That was here in Erie, Pennsylvania. You can see the pictures all on that page, on my Facebook page. So with that, folks, we're gonna go and we're gonna end the show. We're gonna end it on the note that pretty much the gimmick of the night. Go ahead, Lance.
Buy the shirt.
buy the short. Kayla, we're gonna give you buy the skirt.
Oh God, yes. Yeah. You know it. Or the booty shorts. There we go.
The booby shirt. Okay.
Wow, booty
Buy the
shorts. Nice.
booty shorts.
Buy the booty shorts. Rick, can we
like
swing that? Can we have Kayla march around in HWR booty shorts?
If she wants to, absolutely. Why not? You know.
Only if the fans send in pictures of them wearing HWR merch.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh man,
You know what,
we're
I'm-
gonna start a trend here.
Yeah, no, you know what? Here's the thing, and this is purely comical. This is voluntary for any fans that want to do it. Take a picture of you in shorts, and if you can do it, photo editing. Put the HWR logo that we have here. Rick can post it up in the chat room. It will be Rick. We have the transparent one.
Yeah. Well, all we need is just the wrong people putting that shit on, and it's like, oh god.
I was thinking that too. We're gonna get like the 30-year-old virgin who eats Cheetos all night in his mom's basement sending us pictures.
Oh my
I'm not
god.
actually laughing at that. I'm talking about the.
And make sure you're wearing shorts when you send us the pictures.
Yes, please.
That too.
So,
You know, it should actually say Carmelo Man Ace on it.
don't leave him alone. You know, we're gonna do that on Friday. Let me see here, not Friday night. We would get together and we will see if we could do something Sunday night, which is I'm
Okay.
gonna do a little segment of HWR called Independent Wrestling, where I am gonna bring guys, especially I'm gonna start it off with the Northeast guys, and
Drew? You're gonna have Drew on there?
No,
Please?
no, Andrew Anderson will never grace this page. So
Okay, you guys are gonna tell me about that whenever we're done.
it doesn't even.
I want to know.
He doesn't
It's not
even
worth
need
it.
to be mentioned at all. He's below the job status. He's below Brooklyn Brawler.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's even more below than Jake the Milkman Mulligan, if you folks remember that.
I remember Jake Milliman.
So with that,
Little
folks,
fat round bastard.
again, check us out. Every Thursday night, we will be doing live pay-per-views. We offer our commentary, so fans like to listen to us while we go ranting and raving and drinking while watching the pay-per-view. We don't stream the pay-per-view, so you can watch the pay-per-view on the network and listen to us. Just tone down Michael Cole and listen to us and forget it. We always go insane. So, but yes, send us your booty pictures or your booby pictures. Put the booby pic. Make sure it's with a
18
shirt.
and over, please.
18 and over. Thank you, Lance.
Yes, thank you, Lance. You're the man.
And Lance is keeping us illegal. Rick will put up the HWR transparent logo, and we will post your pictures up on here. So it's kind of a fun thing. So everybody have fun with that. And again, we will see you next week. So fans, tune in next week for another episode of As the Stomach Turns. Wait, that's John Cena and Nikki Bella.
Oh my god.